It's funny. This is Melvin Carter, and I'm living in Charlottesville. And if you heard on the news in the last 48 hours, we had some visitors. And believe it or not all the visitors are away from here. And the point is, it was so funny that I laugh at it because the people who are the counter-protesters are just as bad as the protesters. Because if you are rooted, because this is going from growth mindset from fixed mindset to growth mindset, and if you are rooted into your ideals and your beliefs, and you're not willing to hear the other person's argument or concern, I mean, this could be either with the Ku Klux Klan and the neo-Nazis versus the counter-protesters, because everybody has a view. Everybody's thinking that they're being hurt. Everybody's thinking they're being victimized. But no one is willing to come to the table and say, this is how I feel. And most of African Americans, like I was telling a group last week when I was speaking to them, this is not new. None of this stuff is new. We've been going through it for 400 years. I mean, matter of fact, for the last 200, because the first 200 were slaves. But then the last two, almost two, a little over 100, we've been going through issues because we've been fighting for freedom. And defining freedom is something different to everyone. But however, what most people don't understand is whatever you focus on expands. If you want to focus on all the problems that you have, only thing you're going to do is get more problems. If you want to focus on the goodness of the world, or in my case, the goodness of God and the blessings of God, you get more of them. I cannot control someone else, even down to my children, how you feel about me. If you love me, hate me, respect me. That's not even my issue. That's not even my problem, even if you went to the negative side. So why are you saying, hey, I'm a counter-protester? What benefit is that? And the funny thing about it is, in Charlottesville was, which I go in the legal, talk about the legality of it, is everybody talks about the First Amendment right. But they don't understand part of the First Amendment right is protesting. And you're protesting, you get the right to say what you want to say. But it's supposed to be a peaceful protest. And the situation this year was you couldn't bring nothing into the protest area. Nothing except for a gun. If you choose to bring a gun, you can bring a gun. Which I think that was the most hideous and definitely the most. I mean, I don't even think it was the Second Amendment right. Yeah, you got the right to bear arms, but public locations and no, certain things you shouldn't have done. But that's what Charlottesville city done, which I don't agree with. And then I've sitting here looking at it. Okay, we going back into the Wild Wild West, because the simple fact is everybody gonna have a gun. The police gonna have a gun. The protesters gonna have a gun. The counter-protesters gonna have guns. So if you don't like it, you're just gonna shoot it out. The dumbest thing I ever heard. The dumbest thing I ever heard. Anyway, but whatever you focus on expands. And I know some people that went down there. I know some people might went to D.C. They have the same situation in D.C. And only thing I think this whole thing with the different ethnic groups is that European Americans are that anti other folks are very aware that not their existence is but more or less everybody's becoming blended. You have more multiracial or multi-ethnic group children, European Americans and African Americans. You have more Asian Americans, African Americans, Asian Americans, and European Americans. You have more diverse groups of population and people now today than you ever had before. And the only thing that's going to do is continue to grow. And if you focus on trying to get somebody to change their ideas or focus on trying to get somebody to think differently, then you're wasting your time. You're truly wasting your time. If you're getting all emotional about it because it happened, I'm glad it happened, because I'd rather sit there and have someone to show their discontent for me outwardly, because then I can adjust to it. The worst thing in the world, and I said this even last year, the worst thing in the world you can have is somebody who can love on you and then cut your throat. And we all have those Judases that we got to watch out in our life. And it's just one of those things where I think that you have to be cognizant of who's around you. Focus on your dreams, your goals, the betterment of yourself and your family. Focus on my whole counter. And one lady asked me, said, "But why aren't you protesting?" And I'm like, I protest in different ways. And how I protest is, I know the struggle that African Americans went in, was going through. I would say more or less been through. Today, more or less, the struggle is within ourselves to become better. And because once you become better, things will get better for you. You're going to find different enemies even in our own ethnic group that's going to be against you. So that's nothing new. So if you sit here and can be prepared for those things, but at the same time continue to grow through those things, then you're better off. And my whole thing is about legacy. It's about leaving my children in a better state than that in which I came in, with better understanding of the world in which they live. Why they got to be aggressive about getting things that are going to help support them and their families, and at the same time help the community in their community that they create to be better. And it's just something that no government on earth can ever give you. No government will ever give you a power to be powerful. No one will ever give you power to be powerful. So, and my thing is the biggest that take it. You got to take it by force. The justice shall take it by force. It's forced, but I'm going to end up doing this forced. So my thing is, it's just one of those moments where to reflect on why people do what they do. Most people focus on the wrong things, focus on things that they can't change. You can't change your history. I don't care if you move a statue or not. You can't change it. And then it's not going to be better if you change it. You could take that money and put it into teaching people financial literacy. You can take that money and put it in your school systems and teaching tort law and criminal law and everything else. Do it at middle school and high school level, so you can educate people so we can stop going to jails by our ignorance. There's so many things that you can do with that money and the benefits, and you're still protesting. Because think about it. If you can reduce incarceration by 25% or 30% or even 50%, because people are educated, truly educated, not school educated, on how to live within the system in the United States. As a matter of fact, in most of the developed world, You have done something you have literally freed people. You freed people from what? Food stamps. Freed people from underdeveloping housing. You freed people from going to court, or not going to court. Free people from going to jail. You freed people up, eventually getting into better relationships, not only with their money, with the bank, payday loans, and all this other crap that's out here that's feeding off of black folks and poor folks would disappear. Payday loans, and title loan companies would go out of business because you're financially literate. You know how to take care of your credit. You know how to take care of your house. You buying a house instead of renting. If not, if you buy a house, you can rent a few other houses out to make some other passive income. You'll sit here and literally change so many lives if you don't focus on the hate. Focus on the betterment of your communities. Focus on educating your communities in such a way that they become powerful for generations to come. That's how you advocate. That's how you protest. That's how you sit here and take your power back. So, if you don't know me, my name is Melvin Carter. MelvinCarterJR.com. I am an entrepreneur, life and business strategist, and the biggest thing is, if you protest, have a strategy while you're protesting. Have a strategy while you're protesting. You focused on the end goal. You got a growth mindset on listening to the other side of the argument. And third, you creating something that would change many lives for the good. Not only good of your family, but the good for the country. So, I'm out. 12. I was going to go 5 minutes and went over 12. And Charlottesville has calmed, just nothing like it was last year. Thank God, no one died, and I pray to God that everything is okay in D.C. But this is your boy, MelvinCarterJR.com, MelvinCarterJR.com. Join, believe it or not, I have some information out there that can move you forward. And if you sit there and join the mailing list that's on my website, you'll get it free of charge. Talk to you later. Peace.